You think the enemy is failure, you think the enemy is pain, you think it's poverty, rejection, humiliation. But no, the real enemy is comfort. It sneaks in wearing soft clothes, it smells like fast food, and feels like your bed at 10 a.m. It looks like I deserve to rest a bit more, like I'll start tomorrow, like I'm not ready yet. Comfort doesn't shout, it whispers, and little by little, it kills you. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." But comfort makes you forget your why, because it doesn't want you to fight, it wants you to obey. It wants you to be average, predictable, harmless. Jordan Peterson warns, "If you think tough men are dangerous, wait until you see what weak men are capable of." Comfort breeds weakness, and weakness is not peace, it's just delayed chaos. So, because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. Revelation 3:16. Mediocrity is not neutral, it's a slow suicide. God doesn't tolerate lukewarm men. So the question is, how long will you keep feeding the enemy? You weren't made for comfort. You were made to carry weight, responsibility, meaning, struggle. That's where the soul grows. That's where the man is forged. But modern life sedates you. It gives you everything except what you truly need. It gives you dopamine, not purpose. It gives you food, sex, screens, but robs your discipline, your drive, your fire. You scroll your phone and call it rest. You chase cheap pleasure and call it self-care. You avoid confrontation and call it peace. You let your dreams rot and call it acceptance. What you call comfort is often a cage, and the worst part, it doesn't even feel like a prison. Because the door is wide open, but you don't walk out. Because it's warm inside. Because the chains are invisible. Because you've forgotten what it means to be alive. Listen to me. If your life is easy, if your days feel soft and safe, you're probably losing, because the things that make a man strong are never easy. Discipline, sacrifice, courage, pain, truth. You don't become better by being more comfortable, you become better by becoming more capable, more responsible, more dangerous, but controlled. Christ was not comfortable on the cross, but he endured, because love endures, because truth demands blood, because salvation never comes cheap. So why do you expect to be transformed without the fire? The lie of comfort is this: that you can have meaning without sacrifice, that you can be fulfilled without being forged, that you can grow without the storm. But every tree that reaches the sky has roots that wrestled in the dark. Every man you admire bled for what he believes. Every soul that shines has walked through fire. So when did we start worshiping ease? When did we start fearing effort? When did we start choosing the couch over the cross? You weren't called to be entertained. You were called to build, to rise, to protect, to lead. But you can't lead others when you're a slave to comfort. You can't lift anyone if you haven't stood up yourself. And no one follows a man who doesn't command himself first. Your weakness doesn't make you humble, your comfort doesn't make you safe, and your avoidance doesn't make you kind. That's not virtue, that's surrender. And deep down, you know it. You feel it every time you scroll for hours and hate yourself after. Every time you lie in bed while your dreams wither in silence. Every time you look in the mirror and avoid your own eyes. That's not peace. That's the war you're losing. Quietly. God did not create you to coast. He created you to conquer. Not others, but yourself. Your fear, your laziness, your apathy, your addiction to comfort. And yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will cost. But on the other side of that pain is power, is presence, is peace. The real kind, the kind that comes not from avoiding the fire, but from walking through it and surviving. The world is not suffering from a lack of intelligence, it's suffering from a lack of will, a lack of fire, a lack of men who look at the mirror and say, I will not die like this. You don't need more comfort, you need a mission, a burden worth carrying, something that justifies the suffering and transforms it. Because pain without purpose becomes trauma, but pain with purpose becomes sacrifice. And sacrifice is sacred. Christ didn't run from pain. He walked toward it, eyes open, back straight, bloodied but bold. And now look at you, running from discomfort as if it's death, avoiding rejection like it's crucifixion, praying for blessings while refusing to carry your cross. You want results, but not the process. You want respect, but not the responsibility. You want greatness, but not the grind. But that's not how the universe works. That's not how you work. Every time you choose the easier path, a piece of you dies, and the tragedy is you don't even notice. Because the death is slow, silent, acceptable, until one day you wake up and realize you're not living, just existing. Breathing but not becoming, present but not powerful. So you have two choices: stay warm and safe in your coffin of comfort, or rise, pick up your cross, face the dragon, do the thing you've been avoiding for years. It won't be easy, it's not supposed to be, but it will be real, and that's what you've been craving all along. Not pleasure, not applause, but meaning, and meaning is always found just beyond the edge of what's comfortable. So what now? Now you decide. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, because life is passing you by and comfort is stealing it one quiet day at a time. The days blend, the weeks disappear, and your soul is suffocating behind your excuses. This is your wake-up call. This is the moment where the boy dies and the man begins. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another morning routine. You need to look your comfort in the face and say, no more. You will rise earlier. You will speak with truth even if your voice shakes. You will train your body even when it hurts. You will fight for your soul because no one else will. You will become dangerous, not to harm, but to protect. You will become disciplined, not to impress, but to respect yourself. You will become righteous, not to seem holy, but to honor the fire God placed in you. And you will fail many times, but you will get up, not because it's easy, but because it's right. And that's enough. The world is not waiting for another man who plays it safe. It's dying for men who burn, men who are not lukewarm, men who would rather be hated for their truth than loved for their silence, men who fear God more than they fear rejection, men who walk into the storm because they were born for it. So now I ask you, will you keep feeding the enemy, or will you finally fight? Because the battle is not out there, it's in here, and it starts today.